All right, here we go. Back again. Probably the third or fourth time I've recorded this one because of technical difficulties multiple times. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow. We're on Spotify, we're on YouTube, we're on almost everything except Apple Music. And if you use Apple Music, you need to sort some things out in your life. Yeah, I'm Kohler. This is The Kohler Show. Check that out. Nice little addition there with the intro. That costs a good $25 on Fiverr. I don't know if you knew that you can buy almost anything on Fiverr. It's a great website that I figured out existed. All right. So where have I been? What have I been doing? This podcast has been a year plus in the making now, and it's restarted. I've done it with different people. I've done it with, friends. I've tried to get it going with, some of my buddies. But in the end, all you can really depend on is yourself. And, I'm not saying that the people I've done podcasts with in the past are not dependable. It's just you need everybody. When you're all in different states and you're trying to do it and everybody's time schedules and not everybody's fully committed as much as everybody else is, or one person's more committed than other people. Is that a better way of wording that? It's tough to get it rolling. Also, it's tough to put yourself out there like this. Like, who knows what I'm going to say? This is literally just, I have bullet points here, but I'm not, this is just me talking into a mic because I want to, and then posting it on the internet where everything lives forever. So, and that's purely just for my delusion of grandeur that one day I'm going to be famous and funny, So, shout out to the 50 or so people that followed me on Instagram with absolutely no advertising. I just made an Instagram page and a logo, and just randomly people started following it. So, you're the true fans. I've already gave a name for my fans. So, you guys are the Cole Stars. That's trademarked from my friend Kylie. She used to call me that. That used to be my nickname, but now it's your nickname. God damn it. So yeah, it's not an easy thing to do. It's not an easy thing to commit to. It takes a lot of equipment. I had to learn a lot of stuff that I had no clue what to do because I went to business school and bullshitted through college. And really I bullshitted through the past year through the pandemic, which I'm going to give myself a little break there because, going to work for 12 hours a day in corporate America and then, going out and doing this after working out, you get home at 7, you're just beat. You did 12 hours, then you hit the gym, then you need to eat. It's harder than it seems. But to get out of it, you need to put more in than what you're giving, if that makes sense. So I need to work harder than everybody else just to be here. And that's on me because I've been drinking, partying. We'll talk about California. California has its own little segment of this show, but getting phone calls. Basically, what really got me rolling this weekend was the weekend of the NFL draft. That was my first dream I had when I was a child, when I was a young kid. And I never made it. Obviously, I'm a 5'9", 150-pound white guy who isn't fast or athletic really at all. I'm good at trying. I'm a good trier. But yeah, I was never going to make it. And then one of my friends, Scott, called me. Shout out Scott, fan of the show. He's a Cole Star. Scott called me on Tuesday, I think it was. He's like, "Yo, where's the podcast?" I'm like, "Yeah, I recorded it. It wasn't really up to my standards. Also, the sound was fudged, which I wasn't cool with, and it sounded bad, and I just hadn't gotten around to recording it. And he basically said, so you're just going to be a sales manager for the rest of your life? And he was drunk, and I know that he was just joking around. But it made sense, and it inspired me, and it got me rolling. Because I don't want to be a sales manager in corporate America for the rest of my life. And that will probably hurt me if somebody I work with ever hears this, which they might, which they probably will. And I'm okay with that. But, you know, in order to get to where you want to go, you got to do what you want to do. And so I didn't just turn 27. I turned 27 in January. It's May now. And it was the first birthday where I was really like, shit. Like, New Year's is usually one of my favorite holidays because I just like any holiday where it's drinking and partying and you get to stay out and make out with somebody at midnight. You know, that's a good holiday to me. But this was the first one where it was like kind of like, fuck. It's New Year's. I'm 27. It's 2021. I'm not where I want to be. Like, I live in a spare room of a guy I work with. Like, I'm making good money, granted. But like, you know, like, what am I really doing? You know? And then my 27th birthday hit, and I was not. I usually am not a big birthday guy, anyways. But I was not excited about it. Was not excited about turning 27. Not like I was about 26, but I was like dreading it. It was like a wave of like, fuck, like 30's coming. And when you're 30, like, what are you? But you're like basically dead. So that was scary. But, you know, I did some research because my birthday is right around Kim Kardashian's birthday. And it turned, she was a little more famous than me before, definitely, before the sex tape. But the sex tape, if anybody didn't know, the Ray J sex tape came out when she was 27. So that's really when she, like, took off. And then, like, so I started going, like, who else did at 27? Lil Dicky, that's when he started coming up. That's when he decided to do basically what I'm doing right now, which, you know, I'm not saying I am Lil Dicky, but maybe I am. Who knows? And then also Ben Shapiro. You know, that's when he switched from Breitbart News to starting his own, I believe it was he switched from being a lawyer to working for Breitbart News, which led him into starting the Daily Wire. That was around 25 to 27. So, you know, like, if other people have done it at 27, I think I can do it too. Does that make sense? Yes. But the key is you got to do it. You can't just wait for it to happen, because next thing you know, you're going to be 30, and then you're basically, I'm not going to say you're stuck at 30, but starting earlier is obviously better. So yeah, I went to California. I went to California because I hadn't had a vacation longer than really, you know, took 2 days off for a weekend once, and that was like in a 3-year span. Maybe once I had like a 4 or 5 day weekend, you know, as a vacation. This was the first time I took a full week off, and since 2017. This was back in middle of April. Took a full week off, went to California, stayed out with one of my buddies, McGovern. Shout out McGovern. Got an Airbnb also right on the beach, walked right on the beach, just 1 bedroom. And I kind of just went and didn't really tell anybody besides, you know, the people that live there, because that would be a dick move if you didn't just tell the people that live there, you know, what you're doing. So I just kind of went there, and, you know, I did go out. I did, you know, go out with my friends that live in California in that area and had fun. But I also spent a good amount of time just by myself. And people are, a lot of people were like, why are you just going on vacation by yourself in California to do nothing? It was really just because, like, you know, when you're not where you want to be, like, how else are you supposed to take a step back and figure that out? And that was basically what this was. And I did. There were about 3 or 4 days in a row where I would wake up, go to brunch by myself, hang out, watch baseball, which I'm not even that big of a fan of. Watch baseball, drink some mojitos, grab some brunch, and then take some mushrooms and go sit on the beach and just trip balls for a little bit and just think things out. Which I don't know if I should be saying that on the internet, but I don't think that's that bad of a thing, you know? Because I was on vacation and it's, you know, whatever. So I really just went and figured things out. I just, you know, watched the waves, watched people walk around, stayed to myself. And one day while the sun was setting, I'm just sitting there coming down, sun setting, just staring off into the abyss, into the ocean, watching people walk around on the beach. And I was like, you know, this is exactly what I want to be doing right now. You know, I'm just doing what I want to do right now. Because there was nobody there to be like, oh, we have to do this at this time and gotta go to this place and do this. And Sarah's lagging behind. I don't know why Sarah's lagging behind, but she's always doing her makeup and, you know, and Tim wants to go here, but Jerry wants to go here. You know, it wasn't any, like, it was just what I wanted to do. And it's such a simple concept to think about, like, just do what you want to do. And so that was really, I was like, why don't I just start doing what I want to do? Because, like, at the end, who really care? Because I have had, you know, I have struggled a little bit with, like, anxiety and what will so and so think about this, and will anybody, you know, like me if I do that, like, do this, and what if I say this? What if I make the wrong joke? But, like, then I was like, well, what if I just do what I wanted to do? And, like, don't even worry about that? And then, like, people that think like that anyways, like, what are they really even worth? Like, if you're going around just judging I mean, I'm not saying, like, you know, obviously if I go on, like, a murder serial killer rampage, like, then yeah, you can judge me, that's fine. And you can say I'm a bad person, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I don't think. So yeah, like, I mean, I'm not hurting anybody. I've always wanted to be, like, a comedian. I've always wanted to do stand up, like, full time. That was actually my job, my plan out of high school. And I just didn't do it because I thought college was a better option because that's what everybody was saying. Well, some people were saying I should just go in the military. I don't know why people thought I would be so good in the military, because I'm not good with, like, people telling me what to do whatsoever. But yeah, so I went to college, and I loved college. College was fun. Don't regret a minute of it. A lot of the people I met there are, like, people helping me get, you know, to where I am now. And but I always wanted to do stand up. I always wanted to, like, act. I always wanted to do, like, music. I wanted to release an album. And I'm not really musically talented whatsoever. But, like, I'm learning how to play the piano now and learning how to DJ too. Look out for the Jesse Wild Experience coming to a show city near you. But yeah, I'm just not doing what I want to do. Like, I'm such a creative person sitting in an office 12 hours a day, 60 hours a week, worrying about nonsense, getting in trouble for things that I have literally no control over. Like, things that aren't even happening in the state I'm in. But I'm getting in trouble for it, which, you know, not cool. Just noticed the camera's a little off scent, which is kind of, like, throwing me for a loop. But it's all right. It's all right. I'm not worried about it. So yeah, I mean, I kind of had this. I've been out, I've been partying, I've been boom, 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 drinking a lot. I've actually gained quite a bit of weight. I shouldn't say gain a bit of weight. I've actually lost weight, but I've gained body fat percentage, which is very noticeable on a smaller frame like mine. So, like, I've realized I need to get back in the gym and get things back in order. But also, it was one day while I've been on this little bender I've been on, and I woke up and I wasn't sad, I wasn't depressed, I wasn't really hungover. Like, I was, you know those days where you can kind of feel it, you're like, oh, I'm not going to the gym today, but I don't feel that bad. You know, take some liquid gels and you're back, back at it. But it was one of those days. I was laying in my bed, not doing anything. I was like, you know what? It was like that scene in Forrest Gump where he's running across the country over and over again for no reason, and then like he just stops and he's like, "I think I'll go home now." And then like everybody's like, "Whoa, he spoke," and then he just turns around and goes home. It was exactly like that moment. And I was laying in my bed. I'm like, I think I'm just like done. Like I think I'm done, doing this. And I just kind of made like an executive decision that I was going to start working harder. Like it was literally like a couple days ago. I was like, a switch flipped and I was like, I don't want to go out. And it goes back to doing what you want to do. Like I really like, the only reason I do go out I am a single male, is to try and get laid and like have some fun and like unwind a little bit from the weekend. But I almost never get laid, and the fun is the same kind of fun every weekend. And you wake up Monday every time in the same exact spot you ended on Friday. And then work is so cyclical and boring that it's like Click, like the movie Click. So many movie references today. It's like the movie Click, like it's like it fast forwards and then it's Friday again and you're like, people are like, you go in a happy hour and you're like, fuck dude, it was just Monday. Like I don't even remember the week really. Like nothing memorable is happening. It's the same day over and over again, wake up, shower, work, sometimes the gym, sometimes not, maybe watch a TV show. You watch The Challenge or Floor Bama Shore on Wednesday. That's what I watch. And you just, you go to bed and you wake up and you do the same shit over and over again. And you're running in place, not doing what you want to do. So I guess this is just me kind of making that next step into what I want to do. And that brings me to my next bullet point. We're going to get real deep now here on episode 1. What is the meaning of life? To me, what is the meaning of life? And this is actually something that I've thought a lot about, even as like a kid, because another movie reference. There was a movie probably came out when I was in 3rd grade, 4th grade, somewhere in there, and it was on Stars or Showtime or something that we had all the time, like constantly, and that's just what I did. I watched like Tremors 3 and it was called Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And I actually wrote it down, 2005. So I was in like 4th, 5th grade. And that movie came out, and the whole movie is basically, it's a silly movie. I haven't seen it since then, but I do remember that this is why I think about this all the time. But the point of the movie is they're trying to figure out what the meaning of life is. And there's a planet with a giant computer that's calculating the meaning of life. And it's a computer. I don't know. There's probably like some deeper meaning behind the movie that I'm unaware of because I watched it as like however you old are in 4th or 5th grade, like 9 or 10. I don't know. And ever since that was, and the answer in the movie is 42, by the way, I believe is what it was. I don't know if I wrote that down. Anyways, the answer in the movie is 42, so I don't know if that's like a hidden, like a meaning, like, oh, there's really no meaning to life. It's just the answer is 42 based off of this computer's answer. I don't even remember how the movie ends. Anyways, fuck the movie. But like to me, it got me thinking about what it was, even at a young age. And to me, it's always been like, life is about like experience. It's about experiencing things, that you find worthy of experiencing and like not wasting it. That's why I've never been big on like sleeping a lot, which I have been doing recently since I've started working in corporate America. I sleep way more than I used to. I used to be up at 6 o'clock naturally and then awake until midnight. I used to be like a 6-hour sleep all as a kid growing up because I wanted to experience everything all the time, every day, and go do things. And that's like really through high school and college, like partying. Like I didn't want to miss a single party. I was at every party because I was FOMO to the max before FOMO was even a thing in 2010. And like, it's just one of those things where it's like, when you're asleep, you need sleep, obviously. Like, that's the reason I look so young, is sleep, moisturizer, and collagen I take every day. Little pro tip for you. But I've really stopped doing that, and like everything that I've wanted to do, I've just kind of put on hold to not do anything, if that makes sense. So now I'm moving. I want to move in a new direction where I'm experiencing things I want to experience. So like, I'm back applying for Survivor. I've always wanted to go on Survivor. And really that's the biggest thing. Flipping notes. That's the biggest thing, is like really going for it and not worrying about what other people think about what you're doing. Because I know that there's people that are. I know there's people on my Instagram, or I don't really post anything on Facebook. But I know there's people on Instagram that are like, what the fuck is he doing? Like he's fully lost it. I know there's people that think I'm completely insane, which is partially right. Like, I am a little bit. There's definitely something going on up there that's, you know. Okay, I straightened the camera out a little bit, and I just kind of drew a blank on what else we were going to talk about today, because it's a shorter episode. I got shit to do today. Got friends in town. So yeah, what's the show going to be about? The show is just going to be about what I want to talk about on the day. And if you don't like it, then don't watch it. I know this episode wasn't particularly funny. I know that this episode didn't particularly have anything of substance in it besides just me talking about my quarter-life crisis. But, I mean, I'm going to talk about sports and pop culture, and I'm going to try and put funny spins on it, and I'm going to try and have guests. And I want you to contribute to the show as well, because what am I without you, you know? So, yeah, if you have anything you want me to answer, go ahead and DM me on Instagram, or comment on YouTube, or shoot me a text if we're cool like that. And I'll answer it. I sure as heck will. I want to get a Patreon going once we get to like around 1,000 followers on Instagram, 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I got a YouTube channel starting up where I'm going to be reviewing things that are advertised way too much. I think that'll be a silly little series. I want to start reviewing movies. I got a blog, kohlershow.com. And that's also where I'll be posting like everything, every video, everything. I got stand-up. I'm going to start doing stand-up again out here in Austin. So that's good. That's writing. That's the scariest part about the whole thing. That's scary getting up there. Yeah, I got TikToks. Follow me on TikTok. I would get a Facebook page going. I really don't have anything else. That was it. I just had some shit I got to get off my chest. Yo, Dre, I got something to say, you know. But yeah, we'll make this more fun in the next one. I just had to get something out there because I made an Instagram post saying I would, and I feel like it's necessary to get this ball rolling. So yeah, you know, shout out to everybody that's following me now, everybody following me in the future. It's an uphill battle, but we're gonna stay at it. Hit me up for any questions or concerns or things you want to talk about, things you think I should talk about, things you want to hear my opinion on. I'll give you my opinion on anything. Yeah. I'm Kohler. This is The Kohler Show.